Hi, this is Aaron from Galvin Engineering, and today we're going to be demonstrating how to perform maintenance on a Timeflow tapware out of our range. This particular one is a lever action bib tap, which is 368667L. Normally, when the tap has been activated, the water will run for approximately 6 seconds and then shut off. Over time, this will actually slow and possibly drip from just normal wear and tear and maybe the grease dissipating or getting debris inside of there. The first thing we need to do is isolate the water. Now normally that would be underneath your bench or so forth, so you can isolate it under there. You touch the lever bib tap to make sure there's no water coming out. That's ensuring it's off, otherwise you take the top assembly off and the water will be flowing like that. First thing you do is you remove the bonnet off the top of the spindle. You will need a wrench to remove that generally. So you end up with a bonnet, the lever, and the spring. The next section is you need to remove the top assembly. There's flats on the top assembly underneath the bonnet, which you can hook your wrench on and remove it. Once this is removed, you will have these couple parts in your hand. Now, the first thing you need to do is remove the white cap. You need to ensure there's no debris inside that cap. You put that off to the side. The mechanism, actually, you will be looking for a spring, which is right there. You need to ensure that spring is actually still there and that the rubber right here is still pliable and not gone hard. You then need to compress the tap, and that will expose this area right here, which will show whether or not there's any debris along that O-ring. Make sure that is clear. When that is compressed, you need to drop this main piece down and make sure there's no debris on the spindle at the top. Where you need to apply the grease is in between there on that spindle, that chrome spindle you can see in there, because there's an O-ring up inside the top assembly. That is the area generally that it will stick as the grease gets worn away from there. You simply put a small bush in it and you brush that onto the spindle. Once that's been done, you let it compress back together. We generally put the cap back on, put the white cap back on, and compress it a few times, and that will lubricate the spindle. And it's from there you simply have to reinstall it into the bib tap itself. Make sure before you do that fiber washer is fully in contact and that it's not been broken or torn, because if it is, you need to replace it, otherwise the water will continue to run. Screw the tap back on. And tighten it properly. You then reassemble the other components, the spring on, the lever through, the bonnet screwed back on. After this is done, we suggest that you turn the water back on and trial it. And once again, just to make sure that it is operating properly. After it goes off, I would suggest that you actually tighten the top assembly on the flats on the top and the bottom part. The newer versions have flats so that you can tighten that bonnet on to ensure that possibly kids don't take it off. And that completes the maintenance for that particular item. The only other thing I suggest you do maybe is possibly remove the aerator and take if there's any debris in it. That will complete the demonstration. We do actually have written instructions as well. If you wish to get a copy, please contact Nigel or Kevin in the office at Galvin Engineering on 08-9249-5900. Thank you very much.